the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. It's going to be a chilly start to our Saturday, but highs will be getting into the 40s. Now, the big question is how cold are we going to get on Sunday? Definitely keep it here. We'll have a check of that forecast coming up in just a bit.
The manner of death ruling in this case is suicide. The cause of death is smoke inhalation and thermal injuries.
All right, coming up this morning on DC News Now, disturbing developments in the Gaithersburg condo explosion, how a suicide may be at the center of the destruction. Plus, a demand for change, why over 1,000 people will be bicycling to Capitol Hill later on this morning. And later on, social media spiraling. Could Twitter still be around by the end of the year? Good morning. It is 6 o'clock. Thanks so much for joining us on hour one here of DC News Now this Saturday morning. We have a different live shot to start your Saturday morning off. We're all the way up in Garrett County, specifically Interstate 68. You can see there's still some snow on the ground as we prepare to take a sharp turn into winter. And boy, that was a brutal turn around the block because we were on that fall post-summer weather, 70 degrees at the beginning of November, and now we're to that real winter weather that none of us are happy to really see. And Brittany Ward's probably going to give us some more bad news this Saturday morning, huh?
Yeah, it's like we turned on the AC.
Literally,
we literally turned on the AC instead of turning on the heat.
We didn't just turn on the AC, we turned on the max AC. You know, most cars have that button. That's what we put on. It's been cold, Brittany, and I guess we're not going to have those 75-degree Saturdays or Sundays anymore.
Correct, Mundo, Joe. We could kiss that weather goodbye. We're mainly seeing December-like temperatures as we head into the end of November, I should say. And it seems like we're not going to be shaking up anytime soon. A live look at satellite and radar showing you still some lake effect snow that's still affecting portions of Pittsburgh. This is the reason why Garrett County saw the snow that they've been seeing the past couple of days. But overall, we will mostly be dry for your Saturday. Can't rule out maybe a sprinkle again there in Garrett County, but overall we'll start to see sunshine as we head through your afternoon. But waking up right now, heading out the door, we are seeing a few clouds out there. High pressure just off to the south. That's going to continue to inch closer as we head through your day today. That's going to be keeping us dry at least through Thanksgiving, and then we are tracking some showers as we head into your Friday. So a deeper dive at radar showing you across the entire area, no precip to talk about. We are finally drying out there in Garrett County like you saw on that sky cam, but again, we are tracking some showers as we head into the end of the work week. So heading out the door here in the nation's capital, it's going to be a cold start. We're already seeing our temperatures in the lower 30s, a mixture of sun and clouds, but again, as we head through our morning and afternoon, we'll begin to see our skies clear up. A quick look at your morning planner, 29 by that 7 o'clock hour, 30s as we head into that 9 o'clock hour. So definitely keep it here. I'll let you know about that cool down coming up in just a bit.
All right, Brittany Ward to start us off there in the Weather Center. Brittany, thank you. This morning, we are getting a better idea of what caused part of a condominium complex in Gaithersburg to explode. Police now say that the blast was caused by a man who committed suicide. His body was found inside of the condo he owned, which is the same place where the fire started. Police also saying they don't believe the man's intention was to hurt others while taking his own life. Still, at least 14 people are hurt this morning. Dozens more are without a home, and the damage is now estimated to be in the millions. Thank you so much for joining us for DC News Now this Saturday morning. I'm Joseph Olmo. We've got team coverage this morning, and we begin with DC News Now's Cheyenne Corinne breaking down the timeline of the events that led up to this horrific explosion.
We now have some insight into what caused the explosion at the Potomac Oaks condos in Gaithersburg Wednesday morning. Police Chief Jones says 36-year-old Juan Pablo Marshall Quizon died by suicide and is responsible for hurting 12 of his neighbors.
And we know for a fact that he made statements that were indicative of intentions of suicide.
Since Wednesday, officials have been trying to contact the unaccounted for owner of Unit 102 and Building 826. On Thursday, they found a body, but were not able to ID that person. Then on Friday, they shared that Kizan bought the condo 3 months ago, and that was the body that they found under the debris.
Those who reported Mr. Quizan and other individuals did not know that Mr. Quizan owned this apartment.
Investigators say they received a 911 call on the morning of the explosion from a woman frantic her son was suicidal. That very same morning, Kizan's mother reported him missing from another address.
We have no information to believe that Mr. Quizan intended for other individuals to be injured or harmed in this particular incident. It is a criminal investigation for the fact that if Mr. Quizan was still with us, still living, that he would have been criminally culpable in this case due to the fact that several individuals are injured and the amount of property damage as a result thereof.
All right, that was our Cheyenne Curran reporting. We do want to emphasize that if you or someone you know is contemplating suicide, there is help available. There's that number. It was changed. It used to be a long number, a normal phone number. Now it is just 988. It is the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. 988 if you or somebody you know is having some rough times. All right, it's also International Survivors of Suicide Loss Day. It's a day when people who have been impacted by suicide can come together to mourn and support each other. Happening today in Hagerstown, Maryland, the Hospice of Washington County Bereavement Care Department will be holding an event exclusively for adult survivors of suicide. It's happening in room 334 of the Washington County Free Library from 11:30 this morning to 2:30 in the afternoon. There'll also be lunch there, thanks to a donation from the Maxwell Neisner Suicide Prevention Fund. All right, also happening today, the Ride for Your Life trek from Bethesda, Maryland to Capitol Hill. The trek is being held in honor of Sarah Langenkamp, who was killed in August when she was hit by a truck while riding her bike. Her husband, Dan Langenkamp, organized this ride. Supporters will bicycle the same route that Sarah was on when she died, starting in Bethesda and ending at the Capitol, where they're going to protest in favor of safer biking and pedestrian infrastructure. That ride starts at 10 o'clock in the morning at Wood Aces Elementary School. Langenkamp tells us at least 1,200 people have already registered. Some very good people are doing some very good things. All right, let's turn now to some national news real quick. Remember those classified White House documents that were found at former President Donald Trump's Florida estate? Well, Attorney General Merrick Garland has announced that a special counsel will now be investigating that, on top of looking into the former president's role in the January 6th riots. Garland tapped Jack Smith, an attorney from Tennessee, to lead this investigation. Smith has most recently served on a team investigating international war crimes.
Throughout his career, Jack Smith has built a reputation as an impartial and determined prosecutor who leads teams with energy and focus to follow the facts wherever they lead.
All right, in an interview with Fox News, former President Donald Trump called the investigations politically motivated. He also said he will not be partaking in them. Time now 6:08. DC News Now is your local election headquarters. The 2022 midterms are now behind us, and the balance of power in Washington has been decided by the voters. We will have, for at least the next 2 years, a split Congress with Democrats in control of the Senate, Republicans in control of the House. Both parties are ruling with incredibly thin margins. Take a look at the layout. In the Senate, Democrats have the majority thanks to the two senators who technically run as independents. These are Bernie Sanders and Agnes King in Maine, but they still caucus with the Democrats. Still, there's one race that's gone to a runoff. All eyes are on Georgia. On December 6th, voters will head back to the polls to re-elect incumbent Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock or send Herschel Walker to Washington for the first time. Taking a look over at the House, Republicans have flipped the House of Representatives, just barely gaining the 218 seats that are needed to have a majority in the 435-seat House. Right now, there are still 5 House races that have yet to be called by the AP. And of course, we have our eyes on them. With Speaker Nancy Pelosi stepping down, we could see some major shakeups ahead of us. It's been, of course, a very busy week on the political scene. Our Shanika Grimshaw spoke with a political consultant on what we should expect going into this next congressional session. Take a look.
It's the end of a political era for Democrats as two notable leaders step down and as the GOP wins the House. Joining us now is political consultant Nathan Sproul. Good morning and thank you for being here, Nathan. I have a couple questions. So you've seen the trends over the years with both parties leading at some point and looking at a divided Congress now. What kind of roadblocks do you see for President Biden?
Oh, a lot. I think the House GOP announced yesterday their intentions, which is going to be investigation after investigation. So I think there's going to be a lot of obstacles that Biden's going to have to adjust to with a Republican House for sure.
All right. Thank you for that. And Democrats, let's move on to in Georgia. Democrats maintain control of the Senate, but there's still one more race to call in Georgia. What effects, if any, will that runoff election have on the Senate?
Well, it could have a big effect this time, but it could even have a bigger effect 2 years from now when the Republicans are trying to go get the majority. But now it means that the Democrat majority is razor thin. Either Manchin or Sinema could easily cause roadblocks to any Biden agenda going forward.
All right. And former President Trump played a big part in this election. Even though it's looking good for the GOP, do you think his role hurt or helped the Republican Party?
I think there's a lot of questions about some of the candidates that he backed because candidates still do matter. In Pennsylvania, for example, Dr. Oz clearly was not the best pick. So I think that had an impact on Republican chances to take back the Senate. But he's going to be a major force in the Republican Party and the national body of politic going forward for a very long time.
All right, good information there. Well, that's all now. Thank you so much for joining us here on DC News Now. This is Nathan Sproul. Thank you.